And we're live.
Okay, so the heart, right? The heart that in the middle just
You do actually get a heart and not scraps, but it is not in good condition.
she does kind of look at it in shock because she's notoriously bad at doing this.
Yeah.
Usually she has like the rest of her team that's helping her, like the rest of like the team that's helping to do it, and she doesn't do the messy gathering the bits part. So this is a shock to her.
And the two people in this team that usually do the gathering the bits parts, i.e. Shell and Karina, are currently preoccupied with Karina's meltdown.
Yeah. She's kind of stuff it into her bag of holding along with the scraps that she collected from the other one.
I will say it is still very likely that you've essentially failed the contract and need to find more giants to actually...
Yeah, she's like, I hope Kareth doesn't notice. I hope Kareth doesn't notice. Oh, he's going to kill me.
Yep. But yeah, you have a intact-ish giant heart, and you have...
mincemeat.
Scraps of what used to be a giant heart.
Yeah. Given that most Slayers take contracts are for alchemy and spell components for various alchemists across Exandria, scraps aren't really gonna cut it.
She peeks into the bag of clothing and goes, God damn it, if they boil it in the cauldron, it will be the same, right? Same thing.
I'm not gonna react to that because with a wisdom of negative oops.
That's a genuine reaction from her. It's the same thing, right?
I don't think she'd realize how bad that is.
No,
like,
she
wouldn't. Bad, but she doesn't realize how bad.
Because, yeah, she has no wisdom, but she also only has average intelligence. So she's only got, like the average, person's intelligence.
Between the two, it's very much... yeah.
She hits things for a reason, because she can't outsmart them.
She can out-hit them. She doesn't have to outsmart them.
Yelling at Karina was basically her, idea of problem solving.
Yeah, that worked. She got smacked in the face.
Yeah.
So, at this point, you have basically made a mess of your contract.
Oh, she's botched her contract, and it's on a time crunch too, isn't it? She's got 30 days.
It is a 30-day contract, which is a long contract for the Slayers take. It would not have been more than a few days that you've been trying to find giants at this point.
I'll say what?
You're only 1.5 days travel outside Vasselheim by horse, so 3 days by foot.
Yeah, so we'll say what, 3 it was 3 days to get out of here and then a day to set the trap up and wait, so she's got 26 days left.
Yeah. You have time where you could find giants again. Even if you follow these idiots to go fight a dragon.
Yeah.
Shell did mention they were doing that, yes.
Okay. So at this point, with Karina mostly functional and off with Shalia, Finn is watching you fail to get the giant heart.
Fail and freaking out.
So he goes over to you. Okay. Honestly, I don't like you very much right now, but I think we got off on the wrong foot. And you do seem
She's holding her axe kind of in front of her, like kind of a blocking fashion. You don't say.
You seem to be about as terrifying as the reputation of Karoth's people would suggest.
Insert the loading angry cat gif thing. Yeah, I need to post it in chatter because I don't think that was descriptive enough. Or is it 9 realms? Basically that things.
So I have a deal for you, I think.
And what would that be?
You seem to need help with, well, it didn't look like you were doing well at getting the giant hearts out.
I got one. Kinda.
Debatable. So I think you're going to need to fight more giants.
Oh, well, that I can do. And she definitely like perks up, gets a lot happier when you mention fighting giants.
If you help us with this dragon contract we're on, we'll help you when you need to get the hearts out of the giants. Because I hate to break it to you, but I don't think you're good at it.
Yeah, it doesn't take a genius to see that one. Kind of like lowers her head a little bit. She knows she's not good at this stuff.
Luckily for you, those two, and he gestures to Karina and Shalia, are extremely good at that. So,
the other one who tried to hit me. Great.
I'm Finn Alpenbrace, and this is my team. We're the Menagerie. Me and those two, that is. The terrifying people we're with are Alfie's team, and they don't really have a group name, because they don't really need one.
Well...
You've potentially heard of Alfie's team, but you haven't interacted with them before, because generally the reason that Karoth's terrifying crazy people go after larger contracts than they ought to be able to is because the teams that should be handling those contracts, the stronger teams, are out on something else.
Right. So she's heard like like whispers in like the guild hall and stuff when she's there. Okay. Yeah, well, I suppose I should introduce myself. I'm Namila Dawn Collar Kratzker. You've already figured out I'm with the 6th district under Karoth. So.
Well, I mean, who else would be going after a giant, 2 giants even, alone with a tripwire trap?
It would have worked. Maybe.
Honestly, with that axe of yours, I think it might have worked. But
yeah. The plan was to set one on fire and kill the other one.
Better if your trap had done more than just make things slippery. Everyone has bad days.
She does beat her axes though. She's not like holding them in almost like attack mode anymore. So she does put her axes away.
So yeah,
Now you
up for
you
working
mentioned-
together, and he holds out his hand for you to shake.
She looks at it and yeah, shakes it. Fine, working together.
All right.
We're not splitting the bounty though.
And as,
We're not.
there are technically, you know what? Yeah, we'll divide it up the way
Look,
Yeah. we'll
The-
divide things up
the
correctly.
exchange here is simple. I'm helping you complete your contract to get your bounty. You're helping me complete my contract to get my bounty. Could you do your contract without me?
Probably.
Right. Yeah, I suppose so.
It'll be easier with you though, so I will take that deal.
Okay. Fair enough.
Come on, we've got a carriage.
Finally, I've been walking for 3 goddamn days.
Isn't it just the worst?
I don't. Look, I know. I lived on a mountain for most of my life. I know that walking sucks because I had to walk uphill to school both ways in the snow.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
Is Quinwy going to have any comments about this giant, this barbarian woman now joining the wagon train?
Quinry is just, he looks at this and is just like, sure. Someone else to, take up, damage that could be,
His damage.
More cannon fodder, basically.
Sponge.
Yeah, more cannon.
Yeah.
Oh, Namilla hops out of the wagon. Wait. And, runs over to the puddle of oil since no one is there anymore.
Spirit ate some of the giant with bones.
And, she's going to walk over to the flint and steel and strike it manually with her, axe. So it sparks up against the fire, or it sparks up against the oil and catches.
At this, you get a reaction from Quinry. Oh, God damn it, we still have to get through there!
It'll burn off in a second! Look, I told you it would work! And she starts laughing.
Shell just sort of, shakes her head and face palms and...
At this point, Quinry looks at you and gestures for you to back away from the oil.
She walks back over to the wagon.
It'll burn off faster if I do this. Where's my fireball token?
Is he going to do another fireball?
Is he gonna burn a spell slot on burning awesome oil?
Yes. He's slightly dramatic, okay?
Okay, no, that's good. Because I was really considering having Namilla burn a spell slot to do Witch Bolt.
Yeah. Third level?
Yes. Just a basic fireball.
Because I think the only cantrip Namilla has... Well, she has Control Flames, but that only works if there's already, flame there. Which there wasn't.
Well, that was better than the other.
Where was that?
That was better than the level 4 level that he did.
So, the oil burns away. So does most of the snowbank around it.
Oh great, now it's kerosene smelling mud.
And the entire trap is gone.
Well, damn it. That was good property.
And that is how you light a fire. And Quinry's just sitting there on his wagon, smug.
On his high horse.
His literal high horse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And now you understand why Shalia doesn't like him.
He's an asshole.
This is what he's like. So yeah, you all gather into the wagon and continue on your journey, and Finn explains to you that the contract is a blue, an adult blue dragon currently menacing the town of Fjorheim to the south, and is about a week's travel from Vasselheim by carriage, I think, is what I'd established.
Yeah, about 7 days. This is day 2.
Actually, whatever happened with those gauntlets that Finn had?
I think he still has them. He never sold them.
So, as you are sitting in the carriage and he's explaining this, he just sort of gives a long, measuring look to you, and then reaches into his bag and says, "You may borrow these. They might be useful." And he hands you gauntlets of ogre power. So now you also have gauntlets of ogre power. And your strength goes up.
Strength is already 17.
Can't overdo
It
these
might not
things.
work then.
No, it goes up to 19.
Yeah.
You can go up to
So
a
long as it
maximum of
stays-
20.
Yeah. It just makes the strength score 19. Yeah, so it's good. We'll just add those, and
You can attune to those. I have added them.
they do not require attunement. Actually,
Oh, they do.
No?
There.
no.
You,
Uncommon requires attunement. Okay. That's weird. So why doesn't it pop up on my?
refresh your page, maybe.
Well, I was wondering why it didn't pop on the because it popped up in my inventory, but not my attunement slot, which was weird.
You have to actually
Oh, you have to equip them first and then attune them. Ugh.
equip them and then attune them. Yeah.
Okay, so now I have those, and who was speaking? Who was the one doing the look? Was it
Finn.
Quinry.
as you're doing that, Fen, do you notice her boots have tiny little wings on them, and they kind of flutter every time she taps her foot?
Oh, she's got boots of haste.
She's got little little tiny golden wings.
Those look useful.
They are. I would use them more often, but for some reason they only let me fly really as fast as I can walk, which is kind of stupid. But
Still should be useful against a dragon, at least.
let's hope so.
As long as it doesn't try and leave. Because I don't think you can walk as fast as a dragon flies.
No. And I think. Well, I think they last for 4 hours or something, though.
Mm.
But yeah, they
So yeah.
But yeah, you just have a flying speed equals your walking speed, so basically just 30 feet.
You travel for the rest of the day. There are no more giants on the road, thankfully.
Thank God.
So, Cheryl would help Karina into the cart. And, yeah, what the hell was that back there, Karina? Normally you're on the ball, but, yeah, you don't look too good.
We never told you how Finn and I met, did I?
Well, you did say something about being in the barracks and pulling pranks on each other, but that's about all I've got.
Well, we re-met on the battlefield. We were assigned to the same unit. And one night, our unit was ambushed. Bunch of giants. I forget exactly how many of us survived. Finn could answer that one if you asked and if he was willing to share. But they caught us off guard. I actually took training to learn more about them, so hopefully I wouldn't freeze up like this again, but seeing them, I froze. That's all there is to it.
You just blurted out that you saw a guy broken in half. You didn't just freeze,
Yeah.
Karina. This is a bit more serious.
Well, that's PTSD for you, Shalia. It ain't exactly a picnic.
Yeah, tell me about it. Are you going to be alright? Because
Yeah.
if you're not, and you freeze up again, you're going to be a liability. And then you will get us killed.
I didn't expect to freeze up in the first place.
Well, we don't expect these things, but now that you know that that's a possibility, what can we do about it?
In all honesty, Shalia, I have no idea. Bahamut help me if I actually do manage to make myself useful in one of those fights.
You're the scariest kitty I know. We just gotta get you into that scare mode instead of the scared mode.
I'm pretty sure I'll be plenty scary against the dragon.
Yeah, that fight still worries me, though. That Cameron
You
gets himself
have-
into all sorts of trouble.
If Cameron disobeys my orders and comes with us, I'm gonna hit him.
He already did go out and try to talk to a blue dragon on his own. This is Cameron we're talking about.
True. All I need is you to find a sniper's perch. You have 3 very good arrows to hit it with.
Oh, don't worry, I'm
I will
gonna be
get you-
hitting that thing front and centre. I'm more worried
I
about
just need
you.
you to... If things look bad, I will find a way to retreat. Because I'm just as good a shot as you are.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about you against the dragon. It's just we're heading into more and more ice, and there might be more of those giants. I mean, what are you going to do? What are we going to do? How are we going to help you?
I don't know, Shalia. I just don't know.
She reaches over and gives her arm a pat and a squeeze to let her know that she's there for her. And,
No more taking a Mickey out of my drink, yeah?
we'll see.
This whole being fate touched by Bahamut is crazy enough.
Hey, I'm not too impressed with him fiddling with my dreams either. I got my own plans.
By the way, At any point, you can use the one luck point to re-roll something.
I had forgotten about the luck point. I had straight up forgotten.
Just remember that going forward.
Yeah, I've got to remember that Shell has automatic halfling luck as well.
Hmm.
Oh, you should be able to remember it more. Right now, you're the only one beyond Finn who really knows this. I don't like looking like such a scared kitten. It really messes with my image, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I was one of the baddest. Well, I wasn't exactly commander, but I did lead a couple of battles.
You seem very good on your tactics. So, I can imagine.
Yeah, after your leader leads you into a couple of ambushes, you learn how to make your own calls.
Yeah, this is the idiot you were talking about before.
Yep. Very much so. That is what it is, Shalia. We'll tackle the giant thing as it goes.
As long as it doesn't turn
I think
into a
you're right
giant
about-
problem.
I'm pretty sure with you and Ryla and everyone else, I should, with some luck, get better.
Well, I guess the first step is you know now that this is a possibility, so you can be a bit better prepared, I guess. But that was a bit of a surprise, being thrown straight into that like that. So yeah, I'll give you that one. But maybe you should imagine any giants that come along as your idiot commander, and you can just shoot him. Either that or imagine him in their
And
underwear.
I don't think that'd be much of an improvement, Shalia.
Nah, probably not. Worth a try, though.
Agreed, worth a try. It doesn't stop me from worrying about all of y'all, though. I mean, I'm getting better at handling surprises. Really, I'm just hoping Ty doesn't decide to show up. I'm getting better at handling him, but I know what he can do, and I know who he's going with. If Ty's there, that means eventually we do have the chance of running into my mother. And trust me when I say that's one cat you do not want to piss off.
No, I'm not looking forward to that one either. Your family is all kinds of messed up
You
crazy.
got some of my... You're not wrong. So, fair trade. You now know about my past. What about yours?
Shell just shrugs and pulls out her potions and stuff and starts grinding some herbs. Did not kill him.
Shelly.
Out of character. That's never worked outside of like a movie. No one's ever like spilled and the person that like was listening was like, "Oh, well, I should do this now too."
Yeah, like I said, it was worth a shot.
I think possibly the closest that is realistic is Corey dropping the. I'm familiar with Lost 2, and I'm not telling you more than
Yeah,
that.
just like I know what you're talking about, and then don't elaborate.
Yeah, well, you know that she knows all about PTSD. There you go, you got a clue.
Unless they're an oversharer, in which case, then they tell you everything immediately.
Don't stop.
Shell's the
No
opposite of
one in this
oversharing.
party- No one in this party is like that.
Just say this seems like the edgy campaign.
Yeah, the only reason we know about Ty is because we fought him, and her mother is because we sort of got involved in the cult that she runs, and that's the only reason we know this is because these things have already happened.
That and Shalia got her drunk.
Yes, she slipped her a Mickey Finn and got her a bit drunk.
Drunkenness is basically 70% of the character reveals at this point, and the other 30% are trauma.
You have an alcohol-driven plot.
Yes.
Alcohol and trauma.
Yep, sounds about right to me.
Oh man, does this count as a short rest?
No, it's probably going to be a long rest.
We are about to hit making camp, actually.
Yeah,
but
they're still
you
actually
can
traveling.
Take a short rest in the thing if you want to.
I mean, I'll take both short and long, just like because all of my stuff is short rest based.
Yeah.
So the more I can like reset that, the better.
Yeah, you have to take long rests at night because you have to sleep for at least 8 hours type thing.
Sleep and
Yeah,
stuff,
sleep and rest. But a short rest, even though you're in a wagon, you're still keeping alert for danger and stuff. So because you're traveling.
But like,
Yeah.
there's like 3 other people in the wagon and a halfling driving it. You can take a short rest if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah.
She's like, right, got gloves, having a nap.
Like, yep, cool bracer. Snaps them on, closes her eyes, goes to sleep.
So, yeah, you travel for the rest of the afternoon. Like I said, it was about close to noon when you hit the tripwire of
Trouble.
The tripwire of sadly not Doom.
tripwire of some people make poor life choices.
I'm so glad it didn't
Milla's,
work.
like dislike of the party. Half of her dislike of the party is because they messed up her trap, and no one even died because of it. Like there is no reason for it.
The really hilarious part is that if the trap, every part of the trap that was going to trigger triggered correctly. Like none of that is the party's fault. Your flint and steel was just damp.
Milla doesn't know this though.
Yeah.
If she wasn't smart enough to properly set up the flint and steel, do you really think she's smart enough to realize that the party wasn't the reason why it failed?
No, it's funny for me. And I need to explain why it's funny for me. That she's just completely unaware that, no, it's just your trap was
It's
not
just
correct.
you.
Some beasts have higher wisdom scores than she does.
Clancy has a higher wisdom score. On that note,
So, you travel for the rest of the day.
Clancy has a wisdom score of 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Double her wisdom score.
Honestly, part of me wants to keep going, but there's a slight discussion we need to have after D&D. Um,
So we'll
I'm
stop here and
trying to
set up
end it
camp
here.
again.
It's a pretty natural endpoint, anyways.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
finishing out the day and stuff. Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Finally some decent food because, yeah, all they've had so far are just dry rations, basically, I think.
Mm.
Things they can eat on the
Well, there
wagon.
was a dinner the first night, I think. Or for lunch the first day, one of those.
Yeah, Quinry stopped for lunch. He had this big fancy lunch. He probably did it again. We just missed it.
Well, no, he would have done that again, except there were giants just when he was going to. And he was so annoyed by giants on the road that he was just like, nope, we're pressing on, we're getting out of the giant crossing area.
Yeah, they should really put signs up.
I was just thinking.
Giants crossing with a foot
Yeah.
squish symbol. Big foot
Yeah.
squishing on a person. Yeah.
Because that is the reason that section of trees is clear, is this has been going on for a bit of a while now.
Well, Namila's not dumb enough to set a trap in a place that they don't walk, so at least she's got that going for her.
Like, she was told like where they were. Like, Karoff
Yeah.
probably told her when he gave her the contract. Like,
Absolutely.
they cross here. This is like the routes they take, and the rest I leave up to you. Because like she's not the brightest, but she does have like the shared knowledge of like the guild and stuff. She's like access to like their books and information.
So yeah, you finish traveling for the day. You make camp. You eat dinner, and that's where we're gonna end the session.
So recording go done.